In today's edition of Milwaukee Bucks Daily, we take a look at the latest on Giannis Antetokounmpo's injury, get instant reactions from the Bucks' win over the Bulls, and more. Friday may have acted as evidence that the Bucks could get by against one of the NBA's lesser teams without Antetokounmpo, but considering it took 70 bench points to do so, it seems reasonable for Milwaukee to want him back on the court as soon as he's fully healthy and able to do so. To stay on top of all of your Bucks news, and to get opinion, analysis and post-game reactions for both the Bucks and the Wisconsin Herd, make sure to stick with us at Behind the Buck Pass. If you find an article, podcast or piece of news that you think should be included in the next edition of the Daily, contact us on Twitter at @BehindTheBucks or by email at emailprotectedbacktothepresent. Let's look at today's Bucks stories. Best of Behind the Buck Pass from 3/23/18 Win in 6 podcast number 195. A not-so-joyful mailbag episode. Read here. In the latest episode of our Win in 6 podcast, Jordan Trask and I fielded questions from our listeners on what had been a grueling week for the Bucks up until that point. Milwaukee Bucks, Brandon Jennings and the mindset he created. Read here. Jack McCutcheon explored the Bucks in 6 mindset that Brandon Jennings introduced, and what it means with him back on the team. Milwaukee Bucks game preview, March 23 at Chicago Bulls. Read here. Prior to Friday's game, I looked ahead to the action between the Bucks and Bulls, picking out keys to victory for both teams, sharing staff predictions and much more. Best of Bucks across the internet from 3/23/18 Joe Prunty believes Giannis Antetokounmpo will return sooner rather than later. Read here. Matt Velasquez of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reports on head coach Joe Prunty's comments that there's no set timeline for Giannis' return from injury just yet, but the hope is that it will be sooner rather than later. The real-life diet of Jabari Parker, who suffered 2 knee injuries and changed everything. Read here. Holly McKenzie of GQ spoke to Jabari Parker about his nutrition and sleep patterns, and how they've evolved during his time in the NBA. Middleton, Bucks aiming lock-in as season comes to close. Read here. Chris Middleton spoke to Spencer Davis of Basketball Insiders about what the Bucks need to do to close out the season strong. Bucks 118, Bulls 105. In Giannis' absence, the bench comes through. Read here. Matt Velasquez of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reported from the United Center and got the reactions of the players following Friday's win over the Chicago Bulls. That's it for today's roundup, but we'll be back to do it all again tomorrow.